Alright, back again, Luke here, and today what I wanted to do is just talk a little bit about the GameCube and some of the kind of nifty add-ons that they wound up making for this thing. Now, the GameCube, you know, it took off pretty well. It was basically marketed more towards a children-type audience, but it still had some games that put it aside and out of the children's category, one of those being Biohazard or Resident Evil 4. But some other cool things about this GameCube is that it came out with some different add-ons. Now, what I mean by add-ons is by some different adapters that you could pick up for the bottom here. Now, if you notice, if you turn this thing over, take a look at the bottom, you have some of these removable pieces here. So, for example, you can remove this piece here. This is where you can actually add a couple of different things. Now, one of those things that they made for this thing is called the modem. And this is a modem adapter. What this adapter did is it allowed you to get online, do some internet type stuff, and you know, it was somewhat popular, but it didn't take off super well. So now you can pick up these modems for pretty cheap, and they really don't serve much of a purpose. But one really cool thing that came out for the time, or something that they tried to do, was this right here. This is a really hard to find piece. This is a Brodband adapter. Now what the difference is between this Brodband adapter and that modem is that this Brodband adapter allowed you to hook up multiple GameCubes to each other and kind of link them together so you could play different games you know, on different TVs, kind of like an old internal network. Also has you know, ADSL, CATV, and FTTH support. It's a really, really wild component. Unfortunately, some of the games that they tried to make this adapter work for, they didn't kind of follow through very well. One of those happens to be this game here. Now, Mario Kart Dash Double Dash is a great game for the GameCube. Just fantastic game. I still love playing it to this day. And what they did with Double Dash to fit with that Brodband adapter is they made it so you could link up to 8 GameCubes at one time, which is insane if you think about it. The only catch is you have to have 8 of those Brodband adapters. You have to have 8 of these Mario Kart Double Dash games. Of course, you have to have 8 GameCubes, 8 TVs, and yeah, it's just kind of unbelievable to think about, right? There's no place in your house that could fit that much. You know, even me, I try and fit as much as I can, but I can't get 8 TVs in here. But what I want to show you today is I want to show you that thing in action. And some of the catches, other catches for this thing is, here's the Brodband. You gotta mind the, don't mind the mess here. It's always like this. But some of the interesting parts about this Brodband adapter is it does use an Ethernet line here. But this is a regular Ethernet cable. Unfortunately, it doesn't work with a regular Ethernet cable. What you need is something like this. I know it's really hard to tell by looking at this through the camera here. This is a reverse cable, also known as a cross cable. It's the same kind of cable that you need when you play Xbox, if you want to link up multiple Xboxes together and have a LAN party. But the cross cable allows information to be sent and information to be received, so it's being transferred back and forth, whereas original LAN cables usually just have it one way, or they have it one way and then the information coming back is a little bit slower, so it's not balanced. So you need a cross cable here, and you also need your Brodband adapters. Luckily I have 2 of them. I got one up here. It's already plugged into my my purple GameCube, and then I have the orange one down here. So let's pop this beast in and try some of that. Let's see if I can do this with one hand. Flip this over. This might be easier. Okay. So we got our Brodband adapter in. We already have our games. Those are already in. So we'll take our connector here, and yeah, I got games everywhere. But plug this beast in as soon as I can find the right way. And we have this one connected up here to the TV in the left, and then we have the other one connected to this one here. So we'll fire them both up. And this is, you know, it's kind of cool having, you know, multiple GameCubes that you can hook up, but One of the downsides that I was trying to describe is that when they made this, they tried to rush the multiple system link, and unfortunately you can't do any more than just one round. Doesn't matter if it's one round of battle or if it's one round of racing, it's just one round and then it brings you back to the main screen. So it's kind of a bummer, but let's start this up here. Go over here, start this one up. Alright, press start here. And if you don't have the broadband connection hooked up, this bottom select mode will never appear. So this is LAN mode here. So we'll press that, and we'll go over here and press start on this one. Go down to our LAN mode. Go over here, and now this one's searching. Get this one going here. Whoa! Now both of these are searching for a LAN connection, and it might take a few minutes. Once it does find the LAN connection, it will start a countdown to try and see how many of the cubes are linked. Like I said, you can link up to 8 of them, so hopefully it'll kick in here in a couple of seconds. But it'll start an automatic countdown from, like, I don't know, 200 or something like that. It doesn't go all the way down, it takes like maybe 10 seconds or something like that, but once it gets down, there we go. So it's doing it on this one too. Well, it should soon. There we go. And once it finds the link, it'll link up both of them. If you try and do this with a regular, there you can see in Japanese it says basically it's found 2 game cubes, and here as well. Now if we just use one controller, we can do the selection for both. So here we're up here. Yeah, I'm using my my GameCube on the left here, but you can select the options up and down here. You can see they're selecting up and down there. You can change the amount of rounds that you want the game. You can change how fast you want it, versus mode, if you want the course to be in order, things like that, and change the screen. But we'll just give that a shot there. Click on that, and here we have our new LAN mode selection, and it's over here as well. And we'll click on that. It says press A button for this one. Got to press A on this one. I'm running back and forth here. Alright. And the other bummer of the deal is that you can't select your characters, which I thought, you know, it's kind of crappy, because that would be the whole main reason to have this kind of, you know, this link going, but you can't choose your characters. So it was a little bit rushed. You know, it's still fun to play. I wouldn't recommend just going out to get the LAN or the broadband adapter just to play a couple of you know, a couple of GameCubes connected to each other, because those broadband adapters will cost you an arm and a leg. I've seen them go for as much as, you know, 60 bucks or even more than 60 bucks, but it's pretty good for one hand. But yeah, 60 bucks a piece, and then plus you have to pay for, you know, Mario Kart Double Dash, which is still an expensive game. That thing's still going for around 40 bucks around here. But yeah, it's just something that, you know me, I always pick up all sorts of stuff that I shouldn't be buying. But yeah, for the average person, it's not something where you'd want to waste the money on it. But for me, I enjoy it. Sometimes, you know, if you don't have a Wii, or you know, if you want to just play around with a couple of GameCubes and have some fun like this with a couple of TVs and link them up, it's a lot of fun. So hopefully I'll be coming up on Peach here pretty soon. Yeah, there she is. So a couple of the downfalls, like I said, you can't choose your characters, and everything's over after one round. Then you have to try it again. But yeah, we're getting a little bit low on time here, but just wanted to show you what the broadband adapter looked like for the GameCube and how it's all linked up here. Kind of an interesting device. I wish they would have tried to do a little bit more with it, but unfortunately you can't change the past. Nonetheless, yeah, that's what it looks like. So, like always, I'll put up another video here soon. Thanks for watching.